Hey everyone, it's Adrian from anatomy.com. So recently we done a tiger tutorial. It was animal creation for films. We recently released that with Next Suit Educations. So if you haven't seen that, you can check that out. The link will be in the descriptions below. So basically why I'm here, it's just to show you guys a sneak peek on what we're working on in Blender. So we basically doing realistic also a realistic animal creation, but then in Blender using free software. So this is very exciting. So these techniques I'm gonna be using, yeah, they're pretty much different. So if you've purchased or the Tiger course, this course that's going to be coming up, the Blender one, that technique will be very pretty much different. So we're not going to be leaving Blender. Everything will be done in Blender from the cube until the rendering, the final render and the final scene. So roughly going through the tiger course, if you haven't seen it, this was the final render image done in Maya. So basically sculpted in ZBrush. I'm going to show you guys the process a bit now. And then we done the fur in Blender. A quick and easy way to do your grooming. If anyone is a professional groomer, this takes a while, but then I just used the quickest and dirty way to get those fur going on. So you guys can just get something for your portfolios and just quick renders like that. So this was the final image. I have something over here. I have if I have my face, let me see. This tiger anatomy production. So this short video, let me see if I can see my face here. Okay, fine. So I'm just gonna take it out of full screen. Could probably decrease my face also. And so basically it all started with the Z-spheres, blocking out all the skeletal system proportions. As you can see, the caudal vertebrae and the pelvis region, the sacrum, etc., and also the lumbar, the thoracic, with the rib cage. Everything very basic, just for us to get those underlining mark, and then the cranium, etc., scapula, the humerus, and the radius. Everything it's all like in single form, so then not a lot of details. And then when we continue display, we done this blocking out of the basic skeleton over there. This is the tiger course again, guys, if you're just tuning in. And then the very basic blocking out of the muscles, and move right in, just refining everything step by step. So just showing you guys in each and every lecture we fixing those proportion and adding those muscle details. As you can see, we exaggerated those muscle details I mean, in this course. So I specifically just was focusing on the overall anatomy and muscle details more than the grooming, if I can say. But then on the Blender tutorial, I'll be focusing more on the grooming, like the fur. If we can push ourselves to groom like those realistic furs, just look closely at our reference, each and every curve, which I'm going to show you guys quickly. And then from there, just fixing the proportions again, and then posing the character. And then we used ZBrush over here. So then everything here was done in ZBrush. So it was not, I wouldn't say it was animation ready. The topology was done with ZBrush. Not just quick and dirty way to get those UVs. So that was that, and then we just pose our character with the transpose tools like that. Let me just move on quickly so you guys can see the process. So this was just step by step me going through that in the courses over there. And then once we done the pose, we went overboard with the skin details, as you can see over here. It's a bit low res what I'm showing you guys over here. It's just for you guys to see this process. And again, if you want to know more, you can check out our course preview on this channel or on my channel, and or you can check out next to our previous video, my instructor introduction video. So I shared roughly the overview of how I made this tiger. As you can see, it's just also the assets, the tree bark. That's the only thing we sculpted. And again, focusing on the fine details, like because ZBrush, we have like a lot of control with all the details. So I was focusing on mainly a lot of details right there. As you can see, just turning around so you guys can see over here. So this was only ZBrush. Now we never went out of ZBrush at this stage until we reached those fine details from the primary forms, etc. So I'm quickly gonna close this tiger course. I'll close this video. I'm sure you guys seen this. Hide this. And this was the final render in Maya. Again, I don't have the Maya scene open, but then this was the final render in Maya. Just a little tweaking done in Photoshop to get those. Let me quickly charge my laptop. Sorry about that. Let me just connect the charge over here. Okay, sorted. And then let me see if I have another screen or something. Okay, it's fine. Let's close this guy, the tiger. Now what we're working on, what I'm working on right now, it's the animal creation, realistic animal creation in Blender. So we doing African wild dog. So if I can show you guys, there are different types of wild dogs that we have. Specifically, there are different types of them, but in this case we're working on the West Central North African wild dog. It's this one over here. You can see they are a bit different. If you look at the fur detail, like so, the fur detail and some of the proportions, they kind of like differ. Check out, these ones are like skinnier and stuff, and these ones are like a bit taller, so like that. So this, if I click on the dog and go to the modifiers, go to zero subdivision, so this was basically done just using, let me open up this, sorry guys, I wasn't preparing for this, and go to white dog and then go to, so this was basically done using, I started this just grabbing the reference as like a backdrop. So this is like a basic way to box modeling, and then started from a cube, a basic cube, just extruding with following those silhouettes. Overall, our model, that's how we started everything, and then obviously, and then the low poly, and then this was the low poly that we got for us to start with the UVs, etc. I'm still gonna open up the Blender file and just show you guys how is everything looking. Just for us to get those UVs, and also then we subdivided without adding any muscle, going into muscle, superficial muscle, etc. And then we went through, obviously, because the anatomy is very important, the superficial muscles. I'm going to show you guys that sculpting in Blender. As you can see, firstly just blocking out those superficial muscle shapes, correcting the forms like that. Go up, subdividing a bit more, emphasizing those superficial muscles. So this won't be like going into more details as the the tiger course was specifically just focusing on mainly sculpting superficial muscles and muscle mass in details, and all those details here specifically we gonna be diving through a lot of grooming, so a lot of hair. As you see this reference, let me just open up this is a motivation reference I have, one of my main ones. So let me just open another image. Let's see if I can find an image quickly here, you guys. So just understanding these flows and spending a lot of time with this fur, and everything is covered in fur, as you guys can see. Just understanding all this, how everything works. So like when you're doing like a character, you tend to like focus on the skin details. So I tend, when I'm doing characters, I spend a lot of time with paw detail, etc. I have this also, this image over here, a close-up of the image. If you look at this hair, you see over here, there's no hair growing over there, and this is just skin layer, and this hair is clumping like so, and then it curves, and these ones move the other direction. These ones are way shorter, and here you get all these wrinkles. These ones are moving this direction. So in this course, it's me just focusing in more detail, just understanding the groom, understanding animal fur, for us to achieve those realistic details. And again, the eyes are very crucial, as I normally state. So I'm quickly going to show you guys in Blender what we have. So this roughly our primary forms we have. As you guys can see, another detail there. Haven't subdivided even more, but then the overall muscles are there that we need before we added the skin detail, the texture I mean. And then if I go to texture mode, you see we already textured this guy. And again, just using everything just done in Blender. So when we are going to be doing our groom, it's going to be very exciting to do that, and also posing our character. And if I can quickly show the eyes, let me just hide the dog. You can see we haven't done the shading part, just for you guys to see that we have the scalera. Don't mind this iris over here, painting over here. This is going to be completely transparent, so you can basically see the iris inside. So I done this in two parts. So the scalera, which is mixed with the cornea, the refractive part, or should I say the glossy see-through part. If I hide the cornea, you can see the iris object over here inside with the lens, and all the details were done very quickly. You'll be amazed that there was no sculpting done on these. I'll show you guys a very cool trick how to get all these details. There's just bump. It's not even taxing our system, or I'm not even like subdividing it just like crazy. It's just bump details. If I can show you, I'm using like multi-rays at 1, and if I can turn it down, still the same. Just getting that subdivision 1. It's fine for me. It works very fine. So I have that, and if I can show you the UVs, and if I move myself probably down here, and I can show you guys the UVs, the UV layout. Let's go back to this guy and go to UV layout. Oh, you're so smart, Adrian. Move yourself, eh? Cool. And again, like I chose this way, like to overlap the UVs, because basically it's gonna be like the same texture. So then to use the entire UV space, this is what I done. You can see this is the pupil, or you can call it the lens. over here, and then the iris gets a lot of details, as you can see. So we're just optimizing the UV space over here, and fairly decent UVs, unlike the Tiger course, which we done those quick and dirty UV maps. Here we tend to focus mainly on our seams, where we place our seams, because we have like a lot of control. Unlike ZBrush, you need to work a lot on the optimizing and stuff. And then if I can show you guys the cornea, okay, I need to get out of, okay, grab this guy, then select UV editing. This is the cornea, and again also overlapping. So if you see over here, let me just move this to the side. So this side won't be visible. So this is this one over here. Press O. These are these, and they also overlapping. So the back faces, which won't be visible, they're just occupying a little amount of texture space over there at the bottom, because they basically they won't be visible. So then yeah, there's no need to go crazy with those guys. And then the front faces, which are these ones, press Alt to select where I am. Yes, everything. Press this one, press Alt. These guys. So these guys will be accumulating a lot of texture space, because they are the ones that have to get all those details, etc. And again, it's not a lot, because it's like hardly visible, like almost like a small section part of the skeleton will be visible. But then just for us to know how to do things, how to sculpt realistic eyes or model realistic eyes, because we're gonna be modeling this, as you can see, fairly easy from a sphere, and then just adding those edge loop and extruding. You see this protrude and this curvature over here, which is very, very crucial. And then if I grab that dog, also go back to the layout, and I just go to the dog, select the dog, and go back to UV editing. And also they have, you see the seams, we try to hide them as best as possible. So at the bottom over here, under the legs, under the tail, and just separate the tail like so. Everything here was done with box modeling. Even the nails, we separated the nails like separately in their own UVs. So you can basically see this is the body, and then this is the head. This is the limbs, the forelimbs, and the hind limbs, and the tail, and these are the paws now. Those ones over here, separated like that, scattered like that. Pretty much decent, because we have a lot of control. Unlike ZBrush, again, unlike the Tiger course, we never went through all these seams, etc. So that's that. So what we're gonna do from here, here's just a sneak peek. So just for you guys to see what's coming up. So it's basically a wild, realistic render, a realistic animals creation in Blender. Everything done in Blender, free software, so there's no excuses. And so far, I just want to tell you guys, so far I haven't used any tablets, just a mouse. Even the sculpting and the painting, everything is done using a mouse so far. Probably once I'll be adding the find, I don't know. But then the mouse took me this far with just that, and with no any drawing tablet or whatsoever. So this is it, and then we will be adding those fine details. So just make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and check out the links in the description to see all our courses. So this will be coming up very, very soon, and so for you guys to not miss out, just make sure you follow us. And again, it's Adrian from SA Anatomy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.